today we're going to be talking about mass email and how you can send mass email through Gmail and Gmass, which is something I'm going to talk about in a second. If you have an email list already, maybe you've bought one, maybe you've generated it, or you have a landing page and you're getting your emails legitimately, then this probably isn't for you, because then you can simply upload your email list to any other ESP, or autoresponder. Some typical ones would be like GetResponse, MailChimp, Aweber, and so on and so forth. There's a million of them. You can simply upload your email list to there and then send those emails out. Now, depending on what the size of your email list and how big it actually is, they may or may not charge you. It just depends on the size of it. So go ahead, if you have your email list and you have legitimate leads that you didn't, essentially scrape off the internet or, generate through an email generator, then you probably just want to go that route because it's the easiest. It probably will be the cheapest overall if you have your own leads. But this video is for people that want to scrape off the internet, scrape random leads. Maybe they're using Atomic Email Hunter to generate, random targeted leads around a certain niche, which is something that I talk about a lot. And then you essentially want to market to those email lists, really across the board. Maybe you're doing CPA marketing, maybe you're doing email marketing, and you want to send, potential affiliate links or CPA links for signups and stuff like that to an email list. What I recommend doing if you're generating email leads that aren't essentially on your email list, and let's get this right out of the way right now. You're not spamming. There's the spam law, which essentially says that people need to opt into your list before you can email them, and people are always worried that it's illegal. It's not illegal to send an email to somebody that's not on your email list. It's not illegal. It's only illegal if you continue to harass them through email and continue to spam them. If they ask you to opt out, if you don't actually have an opt-out button or an unsubscribe button, and you continue to email them, then it becomes a little bit in the gray area. But it's not illegal to simply mass email people. So let's just get that out of the way right now. That obviously might depend on your country, but in the United States, it is definitely not. What I suggest on how you send mass email in 2018 is through Gmass and Gmail. Now, there's two ways to do it. You can simply purchase Gmass, which is essentially this service down here, which is this red button, which will allow you to send mass email out. And essentially what Gmass does is it puts all your what most people do when they send out mass email through Gmail and they end up getting their account banned is because they put all their emails in the BCC field, the blind carbon copy field. And what that does is it kind of blocks people from seeing who's all in the email chain, and therefore protects them in a lot of different ways, as well as you, and doesn't let them know that they're in a mass email chain. What that does, though, Gmail has so many stipulations and red flags when that happens that they're going to flag your email and you as a spammer, and then there's a bunch of different things that they can do on top of that when you do that in the BCC field. What Gmass does is you simply post all, and I'm going to demonstrate this for you in a second, you simply paste all your emails into the to field and not the blind carbon copy field, and it sends them out. If you hit the Gmass button, it sends them out in singular emails, even though you put them all in one email. So instead of going, compose, send an email, compose, send an email to a singular person each time, you can simply compose the email, paste all the recipients into the to field, hit the Gmass button, and it will singularly send out an email to each person on that throughout the schedule of the day. So it's really, really cool. It's really, really innovative. And I believe it's only $4.99 or $6.99. It's crazy because I pay for this on multiple accounts, but I just don't keep track of it because it's so profitable. I don't really care. I believe it's it might be $6.99 actually. Let's see if we can find, here's pricing right here. So normally you just pay $6.95 per month with Gmass and you put it on Gmail. If you get Gmass just on a normal Gmail, which is not something that I have on this one, it limits you to about, I believe once you scale it up. Now, I want to preface this by saying you need to warm your accounts up first. So if you just make a new Gmail account and you're not used to sending 100, 200, 500, 1,000 emails a day, you don't want to just start Gmassing out 1,000 emails a day or 700 emails a day. You're going to want to warm up to that. And so I recommend going like 200 for a week, 300 for the next week, then 400, then 500, and so on and so forth. Just scale up slowly until you get all the way to the top precipice of what you can actually send. But realistically, with Gmass, just roughly, assuming that you're warming up, you can send, I believe it's about 700 to 800 max with just normal Gmass. Now, what I recommend that you do is that you buy a G Suite account on top of that. So you want to buy a G Suite account for your Gmail, right? Which I believe is $4.95 or something like that. It might even be like $2.95 or $3.95. So you're talking $295 or $395 or whatever a month for G Suite, right? And this is how you're going to actually send the mass emails out. So let's just do the math right here, just to kind of, let's put Word out to kind of round this up for you guys. Because a lot of people get all, scared when I talk about monthly payments, but it's super cheap and it's super worth it, especially if you're sending out mass emails and you're to the right leads and you're making enough money. So let's just say $395 a month roughly for G Suite on your first one, right? And then it was, back to Gmass, it was $695 for the normal Gmail, but for G Suite, where's the no auto follow-ups? Oh, G Suite right here. It becomes $895 for G Suite on the minimal. Okay, so it's $895 with G Suite, which is a little bit more because you can send a lot more emails. I believe the limit on G Suite is almost, I want to say it's 8,000 to 10,000. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to look up I have it written down somewhere. But I send, when I was doing CPA marketing through email like this, hardcore, just getting emails and people to opt in, I believe I was sending about 8,000 a day, and I had scaled up. So I think it's 8,000 to 10,000. Obviously, that changes month to month a little bit, but roughly we'll just say $895 for Gmass on a G Suite account. So you paid $395 for the G Suite account. This is per month, by the way, and $895 for the Gmass on that G Suite. And then that equals essentially, if you get both of these, that you can obviously send roughly, we'll call 8,000 to 10,000 per G Suite, per Gmass on G Suite, per day. So 8,000 to 10,000 per day. Now, if your email list is a bit more, you want to send about 100,000, you simply scale this up and get multiple G Suites with multiple Gmasses, and that is how you send mass email. So most people might think that's a lot, but if you look at this right here, that's essentially, you're spending maybe $13 a month roughly, a little bit under, for one account together, and you're getting 8,000 to 10,000 a day on that account. You can make that $13 back literally in a split second if you send the right email to the right targeted leads